wanted to discuss, I thought let's discuss verbal today, because in my last class, I think some of you said that, sir, what about English? Our English is a little weak, and we feel that more focus should be on vocabulary. So this time I thought, okay, let me start first with English only. The other thing is that English is also something that's very important from this scholarship exam standpoint, because there are about how many questions? About 40 questions. That means 25 logical reasoning, 25 maths, and 40 questions from English. So therefore, I thought it's very important to focus a lot on your English section. Okay, great. Uh, with that, I will share my screen now. Okay, I will share my screen now, and we will get on to the class. Can you all see my screen now? Okay, so people are saying yes, they can see my screen. All right then. Just a second now. Let me bring up the right PPT. Okay, can you see my screen now, everyone? Let me just see if you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen, and here you go. Now you can see, right? Okay, great. All right. Okay, so some people are saying they cannot see video. I have actually paused the video. Okay, I can put it on again. All right. So guys, now if you look at the syllabus of the IND SAT, right, which is provided, you will see that has a mix of things, right? That means first is they want to check whether you'll be able to study in English, right? That means your basic vocabulary. Vocabulary is nothing but how good is your understanding of words, okay? And then secondly, they also would like to check your structure. That means how good is your grammar. So that's your grammar part. And the third element is your reasoning part, where there could be some reading comprehension, like a paragraph, and they can ask you some questions on the same thing. So these are really the three parts. Today, what I'm going to do is vocabulary. Now, when we say vocabulary, what does vocabulary means? Vocabulary means words. That means how many words do we know? Okay. So now this is a tough one, right? Like a lot of us may not even know how many words, how good is our vocabulary. Now, for example, uh, do you know how many words you need to know? So, for example, anybody who is 18 years old, any adult who is 18 years old should know a certain number of words, but it varies from countries to countries. So for example, if let's say I was born in England, of course my vocabulary would be high because my first language would have been English. But I was born in, let's say, UP, right? Uttar Pradesh, which is not a very progressive state in India. So that means I'm born in India. So my first language is not English. And then I'm born also in a like a middle class, low middle class kind of family. So obviously my family would not speak in English. So that becomes a big deterrent, because when I'm writing these exams or when I'm talking to anybody in the corporate or when I'm studying higher education, it is very important for us to use the right set of words. So first what we will do is, in today's class, let us first understand how many words do we know. Okay, so and a lot of people are also gathering in now, joining the class. So first question I want to ask you guys is that is there a way we can know how many words we know? Any guesses? Can you type in the chat how many words do you think you know overall? Okay, so some people are saying I know million words, some people are saying I don't know. Okay, so let's do a small test. Okay, some people are saying 500. Okay, let me do a small test. Okay, to figure out how many words we know. Okay, so the simple test is I will give you about 1 minute. Okay, that means I'll give you approximately a minute, and what you have to tell me is that in a minute that how many words will you be able to write in your notebook. Okay, so let me give you an alphabet and you have to write as many words as you can in 60 seconds. Okay, so let's say the only thing you have to remember is, for example, if I say write from letter A, it should not be A for Ashish, it should not be A for Arman. Are you getting? It has to be not a noun. That means it has to be a adjective. It can be an adverb, right? So for example, it cannot be A for Abu Dhabi. It cannot be A for America. That is not counted. Okay. So let's see. Now, the word I will give you, and the moment I give you the word, what you have to do is you have to type in as many words as you know in the chat. Okay. So let's say the word is, the alphabet is C. So within 1 minute, write as many words as you can, whatever you know from C. Car will not be acceptable. Cat will not be acceptable. These are nouns, my friends, not the name of anything. Like capture. Yes, capture is correct. Capture is a verb. Like that, you have to keep writing. Okay. Chess Republic, not correct. Come is correct. Okay. Capable is correct. Captivate, very good. Crystallize is correct. Contaminate, very good. Copy. Communicate is correct. Communication again becomes okay. Communication process, okay. Captain is not correct. Carpet is not correct. Connect is correct. Context is correct. Converse is correct. Excellent. Creep is correct. Okay. Collect. Excellent. Very, very good. Okay. Excellent. Curate, very nice. Okay. Create, okay. Close. Compare, okay. Okay, very nice. Combine, compromise, yeah. Contact. Campus is not correct. That's a noun. Contemporize. There is no word as contemporize, I think. Contemporary is there. I'm not sure about contemporize. Consider. Okay. Collide, compromise. Okay, very good. Any new words? Any different words? Okay, okay, okay. Excellent. Criticize. Very good. Corona. Somebody saying C for Corona. Okay. Cheap, carry. Okay. Combine. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay, now, so excellent, excellent. So what we'll do now is, okay, now I'll give you a different alphabet, okay? C was pretty easy. Now I'll give you a different one, okay? Let's see uh, how many words you can write from that alphabet, okay? And just a second, let me check the time, okay? So it's 7:19. So let's say from 7:20 to 7:21, okay? Let me give you the alphabet is K for kite, right? As many words you know from K, but it should not be a noun. Remember, so K for kite is not acceptable. No is good, yeah. Key is not acceptable. Kind is correct. Night is no. Kneel is correct. Knock is correct. Keep is correct. Kinley no. Kick is correct. Okay. Keen, okay. Knowledge is again a noun, but to know is correct. One word. Kill is correct. Excellent. Okay. So what happened? Why the pace has gone down? Come on, guys. There is time left. Don't make up any random words also. Huh? KLONOBIN. What is that? Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Not is good. Oh, knock. Not is good. Knock is correct. Very good. Kick. Okay. Excellent. Kidnap. Yes, that's correct. Absolutely. Okay. Knee is not correct. Okay, so I think almost 1 minute is over again. So now, what did we learn from this small exercise? Is that our vocabulary is limited, right? That means we are giving such simple words. You know, the average is that we should know around 1500 to 2000 words. That means any adult who is appearing for any competitive exam, somebody who's 18 years of age should know around 1500 to 2000 words, right? Now, even if I assume in your case to be, let's say, can I say, approximately, let's say 40 words, okay? Approximately 40 words, let's say, So how many alphabets are there overall? How many alphabets are there overall? We have approximately, yes guys, A to Z, how many alphabets are there? So 26. So that assume that 40 to 50 words per alphabet, but 40 into 26 again, so your vocabulary is approximately 1000 only. Okay, this also, when I am assuming all of you know around 40-50 words per alphabet, in reality it may be a little low as well, right? What happens now is, if we vocabulary, so how we can improve our vocabulary? Our first language is not English, right? Unfortunately, but all of us have to be conversant in English, because we will be working in whichever country, and even in the same country, like in India also, there are so many. Somebody speaks uh, Malayalam, somebody speaks Telugu, somebody speaks whatever languages, right? So therefore, what I would say is, how we can improve our vocabulary. I would say we can do to improve our vocabulary is reading. Okay, this is number one thing. Second thing that we can do is, we can learn words one by one. That means, if you see, we had provided you a book on the email, right? That was a book which has reasoning, your mathematics questions, as well as your English. There are some commonly confused, all those words. So one is, you can read. Now reading what? You can read novels. Okay, but do you think you have the time and luxury to read novels now, when your exam is just 2 months ago? Honestly, it's not correct. Okay, you don't have now time to read novels and all. But what you can definitely read is, you should read newspapers, right? Now when I say newspaper, I'm not saying only physical paper, right, which comes to probably your door, but I'm saying it could be anything online also. You are reading, surfing, even on Facebook you guys are there, so many other sources, but basically good news sites, right? Let's say Google News you're following or some other news you're following in English. Okay, so reading is one thing. Second is words that we have given in the book. That means how do we approach these words? What you should do is you should every day make a target of reading, let's say 10 to 20 words. Okay, I would suggest don't do 100 words in one day, right? Because it's not practical. What happens is, let's say if you do 100 words today, you will do next day also 50, 100 words, and ultimately you will start losing, you will lose interest. Okay, and the reason I say that is it is impossible to all of those words into your memory. So I would say my approach is, if you want to improve your vocabulary quickly, this approach really works. So for example, when I was doing my computer engineering, I wanted to study for GRE exam, right? I wanted to study for, what I used to do, I used to pick up either a dictionary or a commonly frequently a word list, okay, from a book. And then what I'll do, I'll say, okay, from I will learn 10 to 20 words per day. So for example, this I did on Monday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, right? Let's say Friday you take leave, don't do on Friday. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, all you do is you just do revision of the same words that you have done. Okay, now similarly then week 2 comes. Okay, week 2 also you do the same thing. That means you're doing 20 words every day, and then on Saturday, Sunday you're doing revision. So basically revision is the only thing, good sleep and revision is the only thing, how all of these words will go from your temporary memory to your permanent, right? From temporary to permanent becomes part, you will never forget it. Okay, so this is the second approach. Okay, I also have a shortcut for you. Okay, and that is what we will discuss in the class. That means how can we quickly remember a lot of words. Okay, and I hope Rekha ma'am has already taught you that. Can you type in the chat if you know about root words, and which root words do you know? Okay, so let me repeat myself. I said vocabulary we have to improve. That is very important, right? Now, how we can improve our vocabulary? One, by reading. But reading is the best method, guys. There is no doubt. If you read in life, you will definitely be successful in life, right? So there is no doubt about that. But so reading is one thing, you should continue newspapers and all. Second thing I said, you have a word list, the book we have provided you, which has commonly confused words. You go through some words. Third is the root word approach. Very good. So for example, okay, actually we have many words also, okay, like phil, like phil, okay, okay, great. So now, okay, somebody says artho. What is artho? What is artho means? Archaeology. Okay, so let me keep moving. Okay, let me keep little moving. Okay, now guys, what happens is that, okay, so what happens is I am talking about root words. Okay, let me write the root words here. Okay, now in root words, some of you are giving me a lot of words. Okay, let me just see that for you. Okay, uh, okay, so somebody said he did not get my book. Okay, we will send it to you. Otherwise, guys, if you can forward it to your friends, that will be really helpful. We will send it, don't worry. Okay, on the same email, we will send it. Okay, now root words, like some of you are saying, for example, let's say root word side. What is the meaning of the word side? Yes, we will provide you the book, guys. Okay, to kill, right? Yeah. Now, for example, what are the words that we can think of from CIDE, side, to kill? Exactly. So somebody is saying it is suicide. Somebody is saying it is genocide. Remember Hitler? What was genocide is generations killing. Okay. Then it is patricide. Yeah, infanticide. Then it is matricide. Okay. MATR, PATR, right? Patricide, patr means father, okay? This mother's killing, okay? Then fratricide is brother's killing, okay? Like that. So there are so many: pesticide, insecticide, okay? Coincide also somebody said. Side that has side has to do with killing. Okay. Now, why we are teaching you is that this helps us to remember a lot of words together. Okay. Okay. Some people are saying other roots also. Okay. Now, for example, okay, let me write one few more words. Okay. Now, let's say there is a root called ABS, which means away from. Okay. The meaning of this root is away from. Can you guys tell me what are the words that have come from this root? Abstract, okay. Absence, okay. Absence is very good. Yes, that's correct. Allow, no. AB and ABS. So A double L, I'm not saying. I'm saying abnormal. Excellent. Abnormal. Away from normal. Okay. Absolute is not correct. Attendance is not correct. Abuse is not correct. No, it has to, meaning it starts with AB. Somewhere it has AB, but it has to do with something away from. Abide is not correct. Abide meaning you're following the rules, right? So how can it be away from? Okay. Abroad, yes, abroad is correct. Absolutely. Muhammad AL, he's saying abroad. That is correct. Okay, great. Okay. So now, okay, let me close this. Okay, yeah. So basically, a lot of words, right? So how it's helpful is that abroad, right? If I say abrupt, that means sudden, right? Deviation, right? If I say absence, that is correct. Then if I say, do you know what is abort? Uh, do we know what is abnegate? If I say somebody is kidnapped, what do we call that? Do you know? Abduct, right? Okay, what are the words from AB? If I say abhor is to hate. This has also come from the same root. Okay? Abstemious. Okay, great. So basically, that's the advantage of your roots, right? Absurd is absolutely correct. Abomination is also correct. Very good. Okay, great. Abroad is also correct. Yeah. So basically, there are so many words, right? Abandon is also absolutely correct. Yes. Abortion is also absolutely correct. Yes, yes. So see, so many words have actually come from this, this particular word. So similarly, why are we learning these roots, right? Because one root can give up to the meaning of 28 words. And what happens is, if you know one root and there is no negative marking in your exam, if you know that the word side means something to kill, and you will have options like A, B, C, and D. So you can pick up a word which has to do something with kill. So that can become, like lifesaver at times, right? Yes. Okay, great. So that's how you remember words. So this is really about your root words. Okay. Okay, excellent. Now what we will do is, guys, as we learned some words, we learned how to approach, some of the words. Now, one is just knowing the words, but second and very important thing is about how to use the word. A lot of times, people know what the word is, people know what it means, but they don't know in which context to use it. And therefore, when you read a book and you see how it is used in a sentence, that is really, really helpful. Okay, and a lot of people who have this good habit of reading, automatically they know where to use, even though they may not know the logic, why are we using this word here, but because of practice in their subconscious mind, and we are close to 100 people. I'm really happy today in our class, lots of people have joined, so excellent. So I'm saying what happens is that when we do, okay, some people are typing something in the chat. Okay, hi, hello folks. Okay, great. Abstain is also correct. So what somebody said, abstain, this is also a good word. It has come from the same root. Okay, when we say abstain, so abstain meaning, if I say my parents abstain from smoking or drinking, abstain meaning they stay away from, right? So they stay away from, that is called abstain. Okay, abstaining from something. Okay, great. So excellent. So this is really the power of root words. Okay, should we do more root words? You can type in the chat if we should do more root words, or we can do some fill in the blanks now. Type in the chat if we should do some more root words. There are many root words that I know of, so I can keep covering more root words, or we can slightly move ahead. Okay, yes. Okay, great. So let's do little more. Okay, let me do little more root words and then we will move ahead. Okay. Okay. So for example, now, if I say, let's say, this is what we did, right? If I say AC, ACR, this means sharp or SAR. If I say anti, this everybody knows, right? Against. If I say okay, so I'm just, from my memory, I'm just putting out some words so that we can discuss. Okay, so let's start with these words one by one. We will go. Okay, so AB, ABS we've already done. It means away from. Now tell me words which have come from AC, ACR. Write in the chat the words which have come from AC, ACR. And it has something to do with sharp. Okay, so one thing all of you have to remember is that there is something called difference between reacting and responding, right? React versus respond. I want all of you to become smart people, meaning you should respond, not react. Who reacts? Fools react, right? That means without thinking, if we do something, that is a reaction. Smart people, what we do is we respond. So when I say AC, ACR, that means don't think of any word that starts from AC. Always think uh, sharp. Okay, so meaning it has something to do with sharp. Okay, so okay, accurate. For example, somebody is saying accurate. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, very good. Yes, not according, because see, according has nothing to do with sharp or sar, isn't it? Acrimony, excellent. Somebody said acrimony. That's a very good word. Acidity, very good. Acid, that's correct. Accomplish, no. Accreditation, no. Accommodation, no. Acerbic, excellent. Okay, so that means now ACACR means sharp, right? So for example, somebody said, what is acumen? If I say acumen, what does that mean? somebody's business acumen, somebody's mental insight, somebody's saying acute, which is also correct, right? So acute also means sharp. Now I can say you are mentally acute, meaning you are mentally sharp, right? And I can use the same word in a negative connotation also. I can also say I have acute pain in my knee. That means severe pain, sharp pain, right? So that's how this word can use. So acrimonious, right? Acerbic. So a lot of times they will give a passage and they will say the author's tone may be very negative, right? And very sharp. So they may say, what is the tone of the author? And one of the option is, let's say, acrimonious. And now if you don't know the meaning of that particular word, how will you mark that option, right? You cannot. So therefore, if you know ACR, this has come from this root sharp or sour, it means negative, right? Pungent, acidic. Okay, excellent. Now should we move little ahead? Let's go to anti. Anti is very easy. Should we even discuss this? This is so obvious, right? Antivirus, exactly. Anti-drug, right? All of that. So that is very easy. Antidote, excellent. Antidote is also very good. No, antique is not correct. Okay, antiseptic, yes. Okay. Okay, let's discuss the next one. Antibiotics, yeah, all this is correct. Now let's discuss the next one, okay? ANTE, okay? Anti, which means before. So for example, if I say anterior, okay? So this means front of the house, okay? Somebody saying Anthony, no. Oh, antebellum. Okay, excellent. Somebody saying antebellum. That is an excellent word. Yes, antebellum means ante is before and bellum is actually war. Okay, so before war. Okay, antecedent is also somebody saying excellent. Antecedent is also correct. Very good. Okay, excellent. Antediluvian, somebody saying very nice. Antediluvian is also a very good word. That means old fashioned, right? Old fashioned. Okay, so that means some of you are, I think, already doing some vocabulary. You're going through some roots, and I'm really happy. Just continue that, it will help you long term also. Okay, very nice. Okay, now bellu is something I already discussed. This means war or fight. So for example, if I say bellicose, by the way, do you know from a uh, do you know what is AM and what is PM? If I say the class is 7 AM or 7 PM, what does AM and PM stands for? Can somebody write? Antimeridiem, exactly. So somebody is already written antimeridiem, exactly. So that means before midday, correct? That's what AM stands for. So your ante is this only, right? Before midday, antimeridiem, right? Similarly, PM is post meridium, post midday. Excellent, very nice. Okay, now we said corp. Okay, okay, sorry. Before that, belly bellu, that means bellicose, belligerent, meaning somebody who's aggressive, somebody who's very eager to fight, very quarrelsome. Okay, belligerent. Asim Akram is saying bellico, very good, very good. Belly cat, what is that? Okay, uh, okay. Now corp, can we do some corp? Corp from corp. So corp is body. Okay, so corporate. What else? Corporation, yes, that's correct. Not corruption, corruption is not correct. Corpse is correct, absolutely. Now see, corpse also, you have CORPSE, that means dead body, right? So corpse, okay. Contact is not correct. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, excellent. Okay, so lots of people are saying lots of interesting words. Okay, excellent. So that means this is how really we can build on our, on our vocabulary. Now, if you ask me, why am I doing this vocabulary? Okay, why are we teaching you vocabulary like this? I want to just generate some interest from your side. That means, do you think I can make you learn all the 1,000, 2,000 words, guys? I don't think so. That is practical. Within 2 months, if you think a teacher can come and really See, I may know more words, but I cannot directly transfer. Maybe you will remember today, but you'll forget it. So why we are telling all these is just to create your interest as to that, hey, some people are there whose vocabulary is excellent. Some people are there who've been reading a lot, right? Some people are there, they know so many words, right? So for example, in India also, some of the people, their vocabulary could be very good, right? Some of the very good speakers, very articulate speakers, right? Similarly, I want you guys also to start learning these techniques, like for example, let's say root words. So imagine if you start with root words, right? And let's say you have how much time you have for the exam. So let's say I assume that you have 7 to 9 weeks, okay, for the exam, right? Till May 15th. Let's say in 1 week, if you do 10 roots, okay, 10 roots 1 week, meaning 2 roots you do per day, and from each root you do whatever 10 words. That means into 10. So that means what? That means 7 into 10, 70 roots, 70 to 90 roots into 10. That means you will easily learn 700 to 900 words. So that is what I am trying to say, that do it consistently. Don't do too many words in one day, and also be smart. If for example, like for example, when I used to study for exams, I am very active in the morning. By the time it comes to evening, I feel my energy is little low. So in the morning time, I would do more difficult stuff, meaning solving logical reasoning puzzle, right? Solving verbal reasoning, solving maths would be the morning time. But I would get a lot of breaks in between. For example, 10-minute break. It could be a TV break, or during now not a lot of people are traveling, but when I used to go to my college, right? Let's say in the bus, right? I could go through some common words, right? We have breaks of half an hour, 20 minutes, I can go through some words. So basically looking at those words again and again throughout the day. And whenever you get those 10-20 minutes break, don't sit one day and say 4 hours today I am doing vocabulary. I don't think that's a smart approach. Okay, take out those small breaks that you get. During that time you should do vocabulary. Okay. Okay, excellent. So now what we'll do is, guys, we have done some words. I have told you some approaches how to do it, and it's a continuous process. Okay. I would want you to attempt some questions. Okay. So let's say there is this question, two question. I'll give you 5 minutes for you to think about this. Okay. And I want you to attempt these questions. Okay. After 5 minutes, we will discuss. Don't write in the chat now. After 2-3 minutes, we will discuss. So please attempt everybody individually. All right, so I see some of you are already answering. Okay, tell me something. Uh, do you feel this is tough or easy or medium? Is it tough or easy, these questions? Don't say medium. Tell me tough or easy, these questions. Okay, okay. So I expect the actual questions to come little less than this, okay? But they will not be very easy than this also, but would not be definitely not more tough than this question, okay? That is something that I can tell you, okay? All right. Now, see, let's discuss, okay? Now, what I want to tell you is that before we really, what we did first, we were only looking at words. But now it's not about knowledge, it is about application of that knowledge. That means even though I know all the words, if I know all the words that are here, but the question is, it's not just about that. Do I also know how to apply these words, where to, how I can use these words in a sentence? And that is what they are really checking on, okay? And it is also complicated because there are not just one blank, but there are two blanks, okay? No problem. We will do single blank questions also, okay? All right. Now, for example, let's look at the first one. It says, so first thing I'll tell you is that friends, do not look at the options. That means the first step should be not to look at the options, only to read the sentence. Even if it is required, you can read this sentence 2 to 3 times. But read this 2 to 3 times. First, try to understand what it's saying, then go to the options. So, very simple. The question says, many teachers dash the lack of professional freedom as the dash for leaving the job. It seems to me that they are saying many teachers say or give the example of lack of professional freedom as the dash for leaving the job. That means somewhere it is negative statement, that a lot of teachers probably complain about lack of freedom as the major reason why they are leaving the job. So let's look at the options. Many teachers cited, okay, many teachers explained the lack of reason. See, you can't, this may be an option, but can you say many teachers explained the lack of professional freedom as the reason? You explain some concept to something, but you are just giving, saying this is the reason why I am leaving. Many teachers claimed, many teachers argued, okay? Many teachers believe the lack of freedom as the ground for leaving the job, okay? That means if you really are a native English speaker, you will get this understanding. If you read also, you'll get an understanding. Many teachers dash as the force for leaving the job. Definitely wrong. As the understanding for leaving the job, as the culprit for leaving the job, as the ground for leaving the job, not really, but this belief is wrong. Okay, but I could have put a question mark. That means if you really look at the option B here, see, these options were so bad. Force, understanding, culprit, they can never be the answer, right? At least that much we can say. Now, then you can to reject to select. That means of the two options, the best option looks to be the A option. Okay. Let me read the chat before I move to the next question. Did you understand, guys, what I explained? Did you understand, or you want me to read again? You want me to attempt it again for you? Okay. Okay, so guys, see again, I said the first step should be you have to read this first sentence, even if you need to read it 2 3 times, that is very important. Don't go to the options. It's like, see, I'll tell you what happens. It is like you are going to a supermarket. Okay, let's say there is a market, there is a bazaar. You are going to the bazaar, but without knowing what you need actually from bazaar. So what you will do, you will ultimately shop nonsense things that you actually don't need, because you've gone to a bazaar, so you're saying, yeah, this is also good, that is also good. So therefore, the strategy should be, when you go to the market, you first say, what do I need? What kind of a word I need here? Only when you have clarity, what kind of word you need here, then you go here. So if I say, first I will try to not look at the options and try to put the word from my own vocabulary and then try to match it. So I said, many teachers dash the lack of professional freedom as the dash for leaving the job. That means I think a lot of people are leaving the job because of lack of professional freedom. This is what I understood. Okay. Now I looked at the options. When I looked at the options, it said many people, and they say professional freedom as the force for leaving the job. Wrong. How can professional lack of professional freedom be force? Understanding for leaving the job, culprit for leaving the job. No. Reason seemed to me the best option that can fit here. And even the first option, many people believe no, that's wrong. So therefore we said okay, first option. I'll move to the second question now. So again, first step would be to read this statement, understand this very well. In the present case, the facts clearly dash. The facts clearly dash, meaning what they clearly show, they clearly say, they clearly state, right? All of this could come. Facts show, facts tell, facts, prove, right? Clearly prove, right? All these words could probably go in this without looking at the options. That the required reasonable degree of care and caution was not dashed by hospital. That means the hospital did not take reasonable degree of care or caution. They did not uh, caution was not exercised, caution was not practiced, caution was not taken, right? These are the only options that could here be, right? So therefore I now go to the options. In the present case, the facts clearly reflect. Facts don't reflect. Facts can show, facts can facts fix? Obviously no, right? Show, yes, this could be an option. Show, but caution was not proceeded by the hospital. This is wrong option. So even though show goes here, but this proceeded is a very wrong option B. Then the facts clearly observe. Can facts observe? No. The facts indicate, yes, this could be correct. And here caution was not taken or exercised. I think the best option would be E. Did you all understand how I attempted this question? Yes, indicate is correct. Facts can indicate, facts can show, facts can, right? Yeah. And guys, one thing that we have to remember is it is the best option. Meaning you don't have to, ultimately your option should be, you have to choose one of the 5 options. If the 4 are bad and the 5th one is the better of all, that means that is your best option. So it's not about right answer. Sometimes it's about best answer. Okay. All right. So I think you guys are getting it now. Okay. Okay. Let's move little ahead. Okay. Can we do this now? Okay. So I'll again pause my video and I'll go on mute. Take 2 minutes and attempt it. Think, try to be more accurate. Don't worry about speed. All right, so are we done? Okay, so people are giving the answers. Okay, let's go one by one. Okay. Okay, so let's do this question first. It says few professions can dash the sheer variety and constant dash of being a doctor. So few professions can like. This doesn't make sense at all. Few professions can dash the sheer variety and constant dash of being a doctor. That means somewhere we are trying to say that this profession of doctor, right, is uh, very good, right? Somewhere either very good or very bad, but somehow few shows to me that it's talking about some good thing about being a doctor, meaning other professions. That means, let's say, profession of being an engineer, being a cook, or any other profession is not does not have the same variety and constant something, right? Rigor or whatever, right? Of being a doctor. Okay, few professions can like. This absolutely is absurd. This is a wrong option. Like, few professions can share, few professions can match. Okay, this may be an answer. Okay, wait, but I will not mark here because I'll put a question mark. I'll look at the other options. Few professions can draw the sheer variety and constant workload of being a doctor. Not really, right? Workload of being a doctor doesn't make sense. Draw is not going here, right? Few professions can match the workload could have been still okay, but it says few professions can draw the workload. No, few professions can justify the sheer variety and constant exception of being a doctor. No, so here the other options are so bad that your easy option is option number C. Did you guys understand what I said here? That means we are saying the other professions does not have so much of challenge. Your being a doctor is such a challenging profession that it's so no other profession, really very few professions match it. Even today, see, in wake of the coronavirus, see how doctors life is, right? They must be struggling, no sleep, nothing, and they have to be so careful because their chances of getting infection is so high, right? So there is a constant challenge, right? Doctors, it's not just a uh, any other profession, right? Okay, should we move ahead? Okay, so let's do the next question. Skeptics would not dash that the earth actually moves, let alone that it dash around the sun. So what it does around the sun, you tell me. Here only you will be able to mostly do, you know. Okay. So here I would say two, three keywords are there here. Okay. So one is uh, that earth dash around the sun. So we all know what is that word. Okay. Second thing, skeptics. What are skeptics? Skeptics are people who are non-believers, right? There are some people who are non-believers. See, for example, some people are who use logic, and some people just want to doubt everybody. They'll doubt saying that, hey, I don't think you can do this, I don't think you can do that, right? Some people thought coronavirus is also like a joke, but even though people laugh at us, but we should be extremely careful, right? Because it's about life and death. So when we say skeptics, skeptics are non-believers. So what do you think skeptics would not do? What skeptics are people who generally do not believe people, right? That means, do you remember that there was Galileo, right? He's called the father of modern physics and all, right? And father of astronomy and all that, right? So what he used to say, his theory was, he said that, hey, earth revolves around the sun. But the church actually punished him, right? They said they used to not believe these scientists and all, right? They said, hey, this is all nonsense. I don't think earth revolves around the sun. The sun revolves around the earth, right? But finally he proved it true. So skeptics would not do what? Skeptics would not believe, right? Or accept, kind of thing. Okay, let's look at the words. Skeptics would not permit, not really permission, but it's about more about believing. Skeptics would not experience. That's wrong. Skeptics would not assume. In fact, they assume things. That's why they are not open. That's why they don't believe other people. Skeptics would not challenge. Do you think skeptics don't challenge? They do challenge, right? and let alone that the earth actually revolves around the sun. So very, very easy option, accept and revolves. So I would say from skeptics, you would have said easily accept, and from the earth dash around the sun is revolves, right? So I think these two could have given you easily the answer. Are we getting it? Okay, somebody is saying something. Let me just see. Okay, you can also raise your hand. So what I can do is, guys, I can put you on unmute, right? But I want that interaction should not be stopped. For example, if you strongly feel about something, saying that, no, sir, I think it should be something else also, I would really encourage you to debate with me. I would, so you have to just raise your hand and say, sir, I want to say something. And I can put you on unmute and you can definitely put your point across. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so I know that we have some time only left. Okay. Okay, let's do this last question. Students from the Middle East and the African countries have dash been dash contributors to the pool of foreign students in the university. Okay, so folks, again, so this one, students from Middle East have been dash kind of contributors to the pool of foreign students. So let's say there's a university has 1,000 students. Either they could, so let's see here. Dash have traditional conservative have been crucial contributors, crucial
we were on the last question. So like I was saying that in this case, conservatively does not make sense. Students have been surprised